What's good, YouTube? This is Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys this Team and Scheme series part 17. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications. Boom. So I hope you guys are having a great day. So right here you can tell we are using the Tennessee Titans. Now the playbook that we're in is actually the run and gun playbook. Again, we're in the run and gun offensive playbook. Now, I believe the Titans are one of the best fits for the teams that's left for pistol trips. And the reason why is simple. For one, you have three actually really great receivers. So we have AJ Brown, of course, you guys know AJ Brown. We have Julio right here, and then also the last guy is actually Marcus Johnson. Now I like Marcus Johnson because I believe he is 91 speed. It might be actually Bateson. Let me see. It's either him or Bateson. I forget which one is actually the faster one, but I do know that one of those two actually has 91 speed, and we're gonna take a look right now. So Marcus Johnson, yeah, that's right. He has 91 speed. You see, he has 91 excel, and he's actually 6'1", so he really is a great option. Now, Cameron Bateson is faster, yes, and he does have the same excel, but he's 5'8", so you can use that to your discretion. And he is 67, so I personally would put in Marcus Johnson. That's just me personally. And personally, I would not use Nick right here because he is a little too slow for my liking. So I think Marcus Johnson is the best fit right there. So those are the three receivers that you want to use. Now also they have a really they have a pretty decent tight end now. Anthony Fixker, he actually has like 86 excel, and Pruitt also has 86 excel, but he is a little bit higher overall. So that's why I am going to keep Anthony in there. So that's why I have that. And of course, you guys know their offensive line isn't nothing special, but they do have some decent offensive line. They have 380 overall linemen, like 380 plus overall linemen. And then they have a 78, 71, so not too bad. And you guys already know Derrick Henry, no need to even say anything about him. So that's why I believe pistol trips is a really nice scheme to use with the Titans. Now, one thing you want to make sure you do, and you'll see that I don't do in the gameplay, is you want to utilize these run plays because they're really going to set you up for the best scenarios for passing. Now, one thing I'll admit is I'm actually pretty terrible when it comes to run first schemes, such as like this pistol trips is a run first scheme. And you guys will see in the later videos when I talk about some of these run first formations just how bad I am at them, man, because I love to just sit and spread, but this is actually a really nice formation too, because you have halfback stretch, halfback dive, you have the read option, you have strong power, and you also have a halfback counter. So you have plenty of run plays at your disposal. Now, just coming out, I'm actually going to talk about zone, then I'm going to talk about man coverage. So I'm going to show you my zone coverage setups, I'm going to show you my man coverage setups, and then we're going to hop right into gameplay. So let's go to curl flat, because this is just the play that I want to choose. Now, you guys can see we put in some garbage D-line just to have time. We have two great, safeties at linebacker, and then we're going to have speed all the way around, which is why you guys know I picked the Packers. So starting off, we're going to start off in a cover 3. Now, for any zone coverage, this is a setup I love to use. So you want to take X, put them on a streak. You want to take triangle. I like to put them on a flat route, and then take square, put them on an in route. Now, this is a very, very basic setup. Now, what's going to happen with here is you're going to bank on the fact of this hook zone, this hook curl matching, or one of these hook curls matching, and then you want to take advantage of that in route coming in. So you just want to make the opponent choose. And don't worry, I'll be showing you guys a lot of different setups. So watch what I was saying. Notice how square can get open, and then also notice how circle can get open. Now, obviously, you're probably saying rail square wasn't open, but all I had to do was just sit in the pocket, and then I would have been able to deliver that strike. And the reason why that works is because of this particular setup. This guy right here is actually going to match onto this crosser. Now, you can do different setups to where this guy won't match, but this is one where he does. Oh no, okay. I thought one of these he did. Okay, cool. So essentially what's going to happen here is you're just making a high-low read. So this is actually a hook zone. So if this is the user, of course, the user more than likely is going to stay right here and actually run with this. Or if the user's on this side, of course, then what? We'll just hit this right here. Now, what I was trying to tell you is that's this quarterback spot I got right there. That's because I moved the pocket. So if I didn't want that to happen, I could have just stayed in the pocket, and then it would have got open right here in this gap. If you could just picture this quarterback spy being where this guy is, because that's what it would have been like had I stayed in the pocket. So just wanted to make sure I did explain that real quick. So that's one setup I really love. Now, another setup I love too is taking X, put them on a streak. Take a triangle, put them on a flat route, and then take an R1 and put them on a swing route to the right. Now, this is basically a double-sided read, so it's going to pick on those double Mabel coverages because they're going to have to zone drop to account for the circle route if they don't want to go user it. So if they're doing that, then I like to actually hit triangle in the flats, or I'll hit square depending on how they're dropping that purple. So that's just a setup where I just want to make sure the user stays in the middle of the field, and then I want to make an easy read between these two routes right here. So that's one setup that I do love. Now another one you can do is take square, put them on an out route. Smart route is out route, take triangle, put them on a hitch. and then from here you can take X, put him on a streak, and you can swing that running back. Now this is going to basically open up this hitch route. Now it all depends on what zone coverage they're playing, but it's designed to open up that hitch. You can tell you make sure you want to lowball that right there, and then normally that's going to be a nice little double-sided read for you. So be very careful against cover 2, because with this particular setup, I believe that vertical hook will actually play on that route. So let's just go and see right here. But again, this is just another one of my favorite mix-up plays. So notice how triangle, notice how we throw a pick because of that vertical hook. So like I was telling you guys, be very careful if they put a vertical hook there. I just wanted to show you that that's what really stops that little concept of the hitch out route, is putting that vertical hook. So if they put a vertical hook, just, you know, like I said, I want you to see how it plays, because it almost looks like a hook curl. So notice how he goes back. So if you want to throw this ball, you have to throw it right now. Notice how I didn't throw it, and notice I threw it late, just so you can see that if you throw this ball late, a lot of times they can jump that route. But regardless, the user right here, we have to make a high-low. Well, you will make that high-low right here if they're not zone dropping, or if the user obviously comes and plays this with the vertical hook, then we will just look for right here. So that's what I was trying to tell you. Now, last thing I want to talk about is man coverage. Actually, you know what? There's one more setup I want to give you. So you take X, put him on a streak. You want to take square, put him on an in route. Small route is in route to 10 yards, and put triangle on the drag. And yes, this is an extremely meta setup, but it's one that honestly is still good to this day. So it's basically just a simple read you're going to make between circle and square. So notice how circle is going to just get wide open because they don't zone drop. If they zone drop, you would just hit that drag route if they were to, you know, zone drop in that scenario. So that's one setup that I love. Now, last thing I want to talk about before we get into gameplay is man coverage, because this is what you'll get the most of, honestly. So when you get man coverage, you can technically run this play. So you can actually run X on the street. You can take square, put them on a slant, triangle on the zig route, and you can actually motion the slant across, and take R1, put them on a swing route, and you can motion the slant across, and you can hit the read between circle and square. But that's not what I want to talk about. So you can do that if they're playing like this style of man coverage right here. But if they start dropping purples and stuff like that, and you notice that, I like to actually go to PA halfback flat. So with this setup, I like to take an X, put them on an in route. Smart route is in route, and then I like to actually take square and put them on a drag. And so I love this setup right here because it's gonna force the user to have to. So we're gonna basically be looking between circle, triangle, and then we're gonna be looking at X. So let me kind of show you what we're talking about. Now you can keep the play actions up to you, but what you're gonna be able to notice too is that sometimes you actually can have that throw right there. Now I know that wasn't the best example, but oh, also, excuse me. So another setup I love too out of man coverage. So if it's not that one, then what I like to do too is take X, just put them on a drag, and then I like to actually snap the ball like this. And so now we're actually going to be able to have, you know, that circle route and triangle route open. So watch how it opens up now. So notice how that safety is going to be able to move. And sometimes you can have that. It all just depends on what they're doing. Now, I only love that throw if they're playing like a double purple concept, which I'll show you here in a second. Then we'll get into gameplay. But what I was trying to get you to understand, obviously we would have just hit this pass if it was a real game. But since you want to do is actually make a read between this route and triangle. So you all just want to see what the user's doing. Now, if they're dropping this guy right here into a purple, then you will actually have this throw right here where that deep half safety is at. That's where that throw will be open at. So that's what's really nice, because they'll put like the purple and try to count for this. And then from that point, you'll just making a read between these two, well, these three. So if they put a purple like on this side to drop for that route right there, then you'll just read between these three, if you can see that right there. So notice how they're all attacking different levels of the field. So that's one thing that I do love. So I'll show you that real quick too, and then we'll get right into gameplay. So what I was saying is, let's say they zone drop that purple. Let's say they shade it over the top so they don't get beat off press. And then they're playing a defense, you know, aggressive defense that looks like that. So what you can do is take X, put them on a drag, and then you can actually just snap the ball. And a lot of times that drag can win too, depending on who's playing them. But look at triangle. What I was trying to tell you is that sometimes that person can run away from him. Now right there, we're not getting a great animation, but just wanted you to see that he can actually run away from him. Let's see if we can actually get one good animation before we actually go to gameplay. And that's the only thing that sucks about practice mode. Sometimes they just stick things like glue. But I promise you, if you put your best receiver there, which we should have Marcus Johnson there and not Bateson anyway. But regardless, take X, put him on a drag, and then snap the ball. And then what you're going to be able to see is that he's going to be able to get some separation. You want to wait for him to get past the safety. You actually want to pass lead it and then possession catch it just like that. So let's go on and dive right into this gameplay. All right, so you can tell my opponent did score. So now we have the ball. And like I said, you guys are going to be able to see this game exactly why I say that I'm actually really bad when it comes to run first offenses. But right there, you can tell Bateson being Bateson and actually going to take it to the crib. So we do get fortunate to not even have to put our offense on the field. So our opponent did actually go down and score again, and now we are on offense. And one thing, like I said, if you guys haven't noticed, I pretty much always play the Packers, and it's just it's so annoying playing the Packers because, you know, I mean, they're the Packers, so you know they're gonna have A-Rod, and you know that defense is gonna be A1. But anyways, it's a fight every single game, and it's harder, you know, on me because I have to use these new schemes. Well, I don't have to, but I choose to use these new schemes for you guys because I don't really have a set offense anymore, to be honest with you guys. So I actually used to run U trips, but since I started doing these series and started doing these type of videos that I've been doing, I actually have not been in one offense, honestly, in about probably since when is it? Probably since what, October maybe. I haven't been actually in a legit offense just because I've been doing so many, you know, off meta schemes, you know, some meta schemes, and now I'm doing this series, so I don't even know what offense I run anymore, to be honest with you guys. Now I know one offense that I'm really liking is actually the empty offense out of empty base, the one I put a video on. If you have not seen it, make sure you go check it out because it's actually really fun to run. But I wouldn't say it's my main scheme because at this point I don't really know what my main scheme is, to be real. I run so much stuff. But now one thing you guys should notice is that I want you to pay attention how many times I actually run the ball, and you'll see why I say that here in a little while. But I have a problem with not running the ball enough, and it's because I don't really feel confident in my run stick. Because I don't run the ball enough to become good at having, you know, run stick. So it's a difference between getting sticky and run stick. So right there, notice how we do get a little run stick right there, because what I tried to do is actually bait the user to click on what he did, and we were able to swerve around him, which, you know, looking back on this, how does Derrick Henry not get an animation right there? You see he lit up and everything, and that's one thing I do hope they fix in current gen Madden 23. If they have current gen, well, they're gonna have current gen Madden 23, but I've been debating if I want to actually get the PS5 or not and actually do next gen. But the problem is that the PS5 is not available for everyone yet, so that's the reason why I've been waiting on the PS5. Now watch this right here, watch Square. So notice how he gets a little light up animation, and that is Julio Jones. So I thought he had some type of red zone thing on him to where he'll actually get a red zone catch or something like that, and I just literally get no animation whatsoever, and that's honestly going to be a game changer at that point, because had we not thrown that, we probably could have taken 3, and it could have been like 10 to 14 at the worst, because right there we actually do a great job and actually get the alert. But yeah, man, I never know with these abilities. That's why I don't like doing that, and that's why I normally don't ever throw something that's contested, even if it's a red zone ability or something like that, because I just never really get those animations I look for. But anyways, man, right here, this is actually really set up that I kind of like too. So my opponent actually was doing a really great job of mixing up his defense. You can tell he's in a very meta 3-3-5 normal. So he's definitely no scrub whatsoever. So I have to be, you know, on top of my reads. As right there, the hardest thing about playing against the Packers, they give the Packers just the best animations when they play man coverage. It's absolutely crazy what all they can do dealing with, you know, guarding their man. It's absolutely crazy. But anyways, what I should have been running too also is a lot of counters, because counters do a great job versus man coverage, and it's actually a really great run on here. It's just I didn't utilize it enough. So right here, this is another setup I like too versus man coverage. So essentially we have almost every route that could beat man coverage. So right there, I'm looking at circle, and I noticed his user wasn't really respecting it. So thankfully we actually got a great animation, because that could have been a pick. Even though it was open, I know we got a weird throw, but thank goodness we were able to come down with that pass. So it's going to set us up for a nice 1st and goal. So as long as we get a touchdown here, we're chilling, because then it's going to be tied up, and then we're going to be going right to half. So he does run commit. Now I probably should have gave it to Derrick Henry, but when he ran commit, I really wasn't sure how to actually go about it, because he did run commit middle. So I should have just gave it to Derrick Henry and then let him just be Derrick Henry. So that was actually my fault. You know, I'll take the blame for that. Definitely my fault, man. But yeah, let me know what scheme you guys are running too, because me, I don't really know what I want to run on this game. But like I said, it's been so long since I've actually played a, you know, game where I ran a scheme that I liked. Now the scheme that I do like right now is going to be this empty base, and the reason why I like empty base is just because it's a lot of man beating dots out of it, and you don't really need to have a great team to do it with. That's one thing that I found out, at least. You don't really have to have a great team. But also, I probably should have ran the ball right there instead of just running a zig route. I assumed he was going to play man man coverage shaded over the top with a purple. So that's why I went ahead and ran the zig route. As right there, I probably should have turned it up. It did open up on the inside, but I seen it a tad bit too late. And that's why I said, man, that's why I don't like running the ball, because I just, sometimes my vision just sucks, you know. Well, actually right there at 9, his user took away the backside, so I did the right thing. But like I said, man, you guys see I'm trying to run the ball in the second half just to get something going. But like I said, a lot of times when you're playing the Packers, if you don't have the right offensive line, they'll just go crazy. Even though I double team Kenny Clark, he's still going to be able to just light up and make the tackle. So it's like, that's why the Packers are so hard, because you can literally just sit in like a, you know, nickel set, like a 3-3-5 normal set, and then you can just dominate, just because, you know, they don't, you know, it's hard to actually get double teams. Even though 3-3-5 normal defensive design is designed for the D tackle to get double teamed every time, that's how that works anyways. They're designed to, you know, take double teams, but it's just crazy how much they let them do it. So right here, this is another setup that I do like too, but this is more of a zone beating concept. So triangle and circle is going to be the 2 reads I make, and then right there I see circle, but I think I drifted too far to the left because the gap was there, but just the throw got elongated because of how far left I moved in the pocket. So that was definitely my fault, man. But like I said, this guy here, he's definitely good. He's making me have to, you know, he's making me have to hit every single one of my reads, so I can't afford to just make a bad throw, especially playing the Packers. You have to be on your game. So right here, I noticed that corner's backed off. So right here, I put circle on the out route, smart route it, and then I'm actually going to take this in route, out route motion into an in route. So I'm really looking at circle this whole time, because I'm looking to see if that corner does. So I noticed that corner is not actually in cover 2. He's actually in some type of quarter, more than likely. Yeah, cover 4 quarters. Well, cover 4 drop. So I noticed that that was going to be open. Go ahead and hit our read. So that way to move the chains, because had I not moved the chains there, I probably would lose this game, honestly, because he'll already be in basically great field position and he's already up 4 points. So I really need 7 right here. I cannot afford to take 3. 3 is not an option at this point. So right here, I noticed we do get the little animation for us to keep it with our quarterback, but we weren't able to get any yards. And also, while I got you guys here, pretty soon I'm actually going to be showcasing my website to you guys. It's basically, it's like an ebook website, but it's a lot more than that. But I'll actually just kind of show you whenever I'm ready to just show it to you guys. But it's not your typical ebook website. It's actually a whole lot more, and it's basically going to be designed right there. We're going to hit square, but essentially the website is designed for everybody to make money off of it. Yes, even you. That's the way it's designed for it. Now that's top content creators. That's pretty much any content creator that wants to. It's not even a partnership, because what we do is actually just we're giving you. I say we just because it's, you know, me and a lot of other people that I want on it, so I like to say we. But basically, the whole idea behind this website is to make it to where you can actually get all of your ebooks, all of your Madden, everything you need in Madden from one place. That's the whole thought process on this website, which is something that's going to have to catch on over time, but it's a really great website. I've invested a lot of money into it. I've invested a lot of time into it to get it exactly how I want it, and I'm actually just about ready to showcase. Now, I was talking about this over a year ago, about actually getting it going, but never really had the chance to finish it how I wanted to. It took a lot of work, so I'm actually really excited about it, man. Like I said, it's designed to connect all of us, essentially. That's including MUT, that's including regs, that's including CFLs, like, you know, different people who do those specific things. It's designed to connect us all, and then all of us are going to be making money. So anytime somebody buys something, you'll be making money. Anytime, you know, that's basically it, you know. And then also we have like, I have like tournaments on there, so everything's just really great, just because we'll have CFL leagues, we'll have tournaments like to where you can sign up for on the website. So like I said, you can sign up for CFLs, you can sign up for tournaments, you can sign up for coaching sessions, you could browse through ebooks between different, you know, content creators that's on there. So it's definitely a lot, man. And I like I said, I invested a ton of time to get this exactly how I want it. There's even a rewards program on there, so if you guys want to, you know, spend money, you'll actually get rewarded with good, basically you get coupons essentially for spending money. Is right there. We find a nice dot, but there's a whole lot that's with this website, as you guys can tell already, and I'm really excited to actually bring it to you guys. So I'm just about done with everything that I've been wanting to do to it. I'm in a testing phase right now, testing, make sure everything works, like payments go through, you know, the rewards go through like they're supposed to, the points go through, because there's a point system on there. So yeah, man, it's a lot, and I'm really excited. Next step from here, honestly, is just trying to get this website to other top content creators, because they'll be able to make money from it as well. Just by simply promoting it, they'll make money. That's the way it's designed. But if they want to be a part of it, then they can make what's called active income, and they also can make what's called passive income. So they can actually have the option to make both. So that's one thing I'm excited for, man. But something this big, honestly, because it can actually completely change the Madden scene, honestly. Because what it's going to do is put all the top content creators all in one place, you know. So anytime you have a lot of top people in one place, it's going to create a voice, essentially. So that's the whole thought process behind it. But anyway, back to the game right here, man. My opponent had me absolutely bag that play, and that's one thing that's hard about man coverage, man, is that it could be suffocating. You know, it could definitely be suffocating. Especially, man, I swear the Packers, man, coverage inside of 2 minutes is just absolutely crazy. Well, Madden, I should say. But right here, I wanted to test out this dot right here. So basically what I'm looking at is triangle, because I see there's no way he's putting a deep half on that side. And this is another basic setup, so I just put X out there to move him out the way. We didn't get the double team we wanted, but thankfully we had enough time to actually load up. Excuse me, and we are going to be able to throw that dot to AJ Brown, and then we are going to skate in the end zone. Now, I tried to stop, but I forgot they let you tackle him in the end zone, because I didn't want to give my opponent a minute and 28 seconds, because that is extremely too much time. So what I probably should have did was just ran out of bounds simply, but I wanted to stop, or I could have just fell down, but I tried to stop and just see if they'll tackle me on the 1, because I wanted to be on the 1 yard line so I could just waste time, but we were unable to, man. So right here, I wanted you guys to watch this last drive, right? So like I said, this is my trips defense, and it's one of my favorite defenses versus trips. Now, I do have some other setups in case people are being aggravating with stuff, but notice how right there the running back is going to be wide open, essentially. So I was like, okay, which I know why he was wide open. So there's a couple different adjustments I can make to guard that. So right here, this is actually one thing I can do. So I'm going to let the 3-rec essentially handle it, like I told you guys with the zones, with the match coverage rules and how the 3-rec works. So I set up to where the 3-rec should be responsible for the running back, which he was. But the thing I hate about the Packers and Aaron Rodgers is that he can just make throws that other quarterbacks just simply can't make. And that was one of them right there. So notice how he threw it right at my 3-rec. And right here, we are going to be able to somewhat stuff the run. We get thrown out the way like a little rag doll. But for some reason, you know, it's just, you know, if you don't have some top tier safety, normally they are going to always throw you out the way. But yeah, so you guys can see this is actually my favorite defense versus trips tight end is this little coverage shell. Not so much the defensive formation, but the cover shell behind it. So like I said, we got it set up to where now the 3-rec is going to man match the running back. So whatever running back do, the 3-rec should be there. It's right there. The quarter flat is going to end up taking that, essentially because he didn't have nothing else to guard out there. So that became his responsibility. So if you guys notice, this is pretty much how he moved the ball down the field, honestly. So it's never been like he was just shredding my defense and just, you know, dotting me all up and down the field. It's right there. That was probably his best dot of the game. Not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, he was 22 for 27, but most of his throws have came from just dinking dunks and stuff like that. He really hasn't just been taking the top off my defense, or by no means like that. That's what I thought about showing you guys just defensive play as well, just so you guys kind of see, you know, so you don't think I'm just capping, lying, or, you know, whatever. Like, so this is what most of the game would look like, something like this, where then now Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to run, you know, and scramble out. So a lot of things like that, you know, and those things I like to consider out of my control, just simply because I didn't have enough time, because he was the type of person who didn't give me time to really adjust anything. He's just spamming X at the line of scrimmage, not even trying to set nothing. Look at this. How? Please, please tell me how. Tell me what I'm supposed to do about that. Please, somebody tell me what I'm supposed to do about that, because I literally have no idea. I literally have 2 people sitting right there, and that's something only Aaron Rodgers can do. But anyways, man, we do end up losing the game. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. But anyways, man, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.